the Commander Lambert for the testing that we did for Grumman. I didn't get anything out of it, but my squadron commander got the good-looking coffee shop. His wife was a nice lady. I knew her, so I hope she'd go. So he got the gift, but I got the pleasure of that. So that was working for Grumman was something. And I still think that to me, it was the best military plane for taking punishment that I ever saw. I mean, that skirt could fly, and it just did so many holes, like I said, and it kept working on.
Mm-hmm.
Have you had occasion to fly any Grumman stuff?
Yes, sir. I flown the TBM.
They're Norfolk Grumman now, aren't they?
I believe so.
Yeah, they're Norfolk Grumman now. What have you flown? You didn't fly any World War II stuff?
Yeah, the TBM-3 E.
You did?
I flown the E about 30 hours or so.
Oh, well, good. Well, then you know what a pleasure.
That's the only Grumman. I've flown the SBD as well, which was the dive bomber from Douglas.
SBD,
Mm-hmm.
didn't like that. Did you?
It's slow.
Yeah, too slow.
Of course, the TBM's not fast either.
No, and you had to slow them down to drop your torpedo.
Mm-hmm.
If you were going too fast, you had a limitation on your speed as well as your height. And if you didn't have both of those corrected, it would break up. Break up.
My first impression of flying the TBM was how heavy the controls were. It was very stiff, just really heavy. It needed hydraulic assistance, in my opinion, that they should have designed it differently, because that had to be a challenge to fly formation.
When you spent 3 or 4 hours under real combat conditions and do that twice a day,
It's got to be fatiguing.
it was tiring.
For sure. I flew the Sky Raider that came out after the war. It's pretty much the same size airplane.
Yeah.
And it had hydraulic boosted ailerons, and it flies completely different. It's much more like a fighter feel than the TBM.
Which one did you fly? The one set side by side, or the one?
I've flown both of them. The single
One
seat
time I
flies
got
better.
my hydraulic system shot to heck. It was gone. I could get my wheels down manually, but I couldn't get my flaps down. And so the executive officer of our squadron, I was flying with him, and I flew around him, and he flew up under me and had me shake the wing to be sure that my wheels had locked. You know how they'd come down and then whoop. And so I wiggled when he said something. And so I landed but above without any flaps and no hydraulic system.
On the carrier?
On the carrier.
That had to be pretty scary going that much faster.
Yeah. I blew a tire when I hit. I could slow it, I could get it. And it's the only thing I did in the war. I never did anything that, I never blew another tire or anything, but that day, I got it down. I was safe.
Do you have any idea how many carrier landings you made?
I have a book somewhere with everyone landed in the day it happened, but I don't know where the book is. I think it's put up somewhere. But I can't answer that because it was just a day-to-day thing with me. Mm-hmm. But it was a number of them.
When you carrier qualified, did you do it in Lake Michigan or did you do it in Pensacola?
Neither. I did it in Fort Lauderdale. In Fort Lauderdale, out in town, they had a single runway, and they had with yellow paint the outline of a carrier deck. And so a landing signal officer would fly out with us, and we would do the landing. and that was the carry deck. And then one day our landing signal officer said, tomorrow, you're gonna try it. The next day we went out and they had a Jeep carrier off of Fort Lauderdale there. And to qualify, you had to successfully land and take off 7 times. And when you got the 7th one done, they would radio you to return to base. And so that day, I did 7 straight. I was hot as a firecracker that day. And then a few days later, I landed on Hornet for real stuff. But I didn't enjoy getting shot at, don't misunderstand me. But I really was fascinated by carrier work. I don't know, I had seen pictures of it, on the movies and all, but I just wanted to do it. And I don't know, well, it was good.
Was the Hornet easier to land on with it being larger, or was it
Hornet
any different?
was the same as the Essex.
I mean, compared to the Jeep carrier you were practicing.
Well, I mean, the Jeep carrier, the flight deck is a lot smaller.
Yeah.
So it's much harder to land on the Jeep carrier, and you don't have as much leeway to play with. But that's what they had down there.
And you did that in a TBF?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't do it in a SNJ first?
No, I don't believe they ever, not in my day did we use SNJ on a carrier. They may have later, but no, you actually used the plane you were going in combat with when you qualified. And I was in a TBF.
Interesting.
And it was interesting.
Can't think of anything else. I just was enjoying listening. So you didn't stay in the Navy after the war? You came back to Sheffield and never flew again?
If you got a Navy Cross or a Medal of Honor, you could get automatic discharge. So the day the war ended and the papers were signed, my squadron was ordered to go to San Diego to go back to Pearl Harbor and send Lieutenant J.G. Timberlake to San Diego, California for discharge. So I took it. And so I was really home and back, married, having a good time, waiting for school to start in January. But I got home in the middle of September.